Hey, let's have ourselves a show.
Happy Friday, everybody. Good evening. It's Mr. First Down here, a.k.a. Sam. Happy to be with you today. My co-host Brad is at work today because of a scheduling thing I got wrong, but that's okay. We still have a show to talk about. We got things to talk about. I'll be happy to be here with you all today. Here from our guy, First Down. Smash those likes. Thank you, Big Draft Energy. Big Draft Energy has a great channel, and he has great advice. So totally turn into that guy. He is just absolutely terrific. I suggest you go check him out. He is great. Anyway, we're in the middle of this off-season dead period when it comes to sports, especially football and others like it. It's so odd because we just had like the NBA draft, and then we're having the NHL draft. I don't know if we've done it yet or it's doing it now or whatever. It's other than that, it's a pretty quiet time for sports. So you kind of cling what you need to cling to. And with training camp starting on July 24th, we are left with what we've seen, what we're hearing. I mean, the official what is your boy Halliburton doing with Logan Paul? Can't be any good on SmackDown. I'll tell you that right now. Don't worry. We know who's going to roll. Alan, if you don't mind, tell me who is undeniable and the megastar that has everybody saying, if you don't mind. That would be great, buddy. Little wrestling content for you guys. Anyway, so going through it, we have several stories to look at here. And let's see if I can get them to pop up real quick. Do you take J.C. Latham as your lawfully chosen left tackle? It is pretty much official. It's dead. It's put to bed. He is the left tackle. For some reason, organizations like to do this where they're like, well, we're not sold if he's the left tackle. We're not into if he's the left tackle. You know, there's still things that got to work out. And now that's starting to really come out going, let's see, he practiced all through OTAs at left tackle. He has been working with Papa Callahan, Bill Callahan, on being at left tackle. He has been a left tackle before. So, thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. Happy Friday indeed. So he is the left tackle. Rather you like to hear it or not, he's the left tackle. He is the guy. And I think we've talked about it before. If Jalen Brunson keeping Tyrese Halliburton for giving Logan Paul the brass knuckles. Hey, I like that. That's terrific. We love wrestling here on this channel too, and you can catch me and Alan every Tuesday for On the Mat, where we talk about some wrestling. So if you're into that, please check us out. Anyway, so he is our left tackle. And people balked at that at first because he didn't play it at Alabama or anything. He has played it before. And this organization believes he can play it. He believes he can play it. And we have arguably the best offensive line coach in football. So you cannot pump that coach's tires saying he can't do it when he can. And if you look at J.C. Latham, he's like the last one on the field. They're talking about having to drag him off I can't remember their names. There's these particular sleds that get heavier as you push them. That is a Bill Callahan patent. Olga and Bertha. And he is out there just shoving on them all the time. They have to drag him off of there. And now he's interrupting Callahan's press conferences asking for passes. Who does not love this guy? If anyone could be different than that fat panda we drafted and lazy panda. I don't even want to say his name anymore. Partly because I can't remember and partly because it's upsetting. This guy is the anti of that, right? He's just better. He's a hard worker. He's going to go out there. He's going to do his job. I think the left side is secure. It's the right side we're going to have questions about. And quite honestly, it's a little weird that we have questions about the right side. I really like Daniel Brunskill, but apparently – there's guys that were depth in other teams that they like better. I trust Bill Callahan, of course, so I will defer to him. But, boy, I really like this line to be secure again. So many years being a fan of this team, and we had a good line for so long, we just didn't have anything else. So ain't that how it goes sometimes for a lot of teams out there? The next topic, the weight of the franchise, the Will Levis story. Will Levis, if there's going to be any success this year, it's going to be because of Mr. Willie Mayonnaise himself. Okay? All these wide receivers we've gotten are for him. Everybody, this offense is particularly made for the quarterback to make decisions and quick ones. Callahan has put a lot of pressure on Will Levis. He has also given him a lot of flexibility. He has also given him a playbook that is patented directly to him. This is Brian Callahan now, the head coach. So this is how this is going to work. We're going to pass the ball about 60% of the time. That some believe that is one of the reasons Derrick Henry left. This is a whole new offense, and it's going to be catered just for him, just for his strengths, just what he wants to do. He's in Cabo right now with all the wide receivers and tight ends having a heck of a time. They're partying at night, but he's out there with his big swollen arms throwing the rock around everywhere you like. So the entire offense of this team is going to run it's going to stand on those young men's shoulders. Swarters, if you the jerseys we wear, they have little sword things on them. They're not my favorite. They trap a lot of heat, but he is the guy, and he has to succeed. And if not, and Brian Callahan alluded to this, and it's really interesting having a head coach that actually tells you things. It was very unlike the Vrabel instance. I really like it. I'm a big fan of Vrabel, but I would like it. I mean, just give me basic information, man. You don't have to be so tight-lipped. But this guy's Brian Callahan alluded to, like, hey, if he's not the guy, then we'll pick somebody else next year. Now, and the contracts they've signed will continue on, so the new quarterback will have wide receivers and tight ends and weapons at his behalf. So, Will Levis is the key. The question is, will the lock turn when we use it? Big Jeff stirring a big pot? I think he is, yeah. First, he had to walk back his comment about, I think he called Derrick Henry was wearing a purple tutu. And he was like, no, man, purple tutu or whatever. I think he walked that one back because they're boys or whatnot. But he wants a piece of Caleb Williams already. It's great to see him on the Rich Eisen show. Rich has always been pretty fair to us. You have to understand, if you're not a Titans fan, that everybody kind of scoffs and spits at you and stuff like that. Not like really spit, but you know what I mean. They don't really give you the time of day. Rich Eisen does a very good job and does give us the time of day, and we're very appreciative of that. It's great that he had Big Jeff on. It's fun getting some publicity. I am quite curious how this new defense and how this new offense is going to look. But one thing's for sure, Big Jeff doesn't shut up, and Big Jeff is going to run at you 24/7, and he's going to talk at you 24/7. You will hear him on the field. I remember the first game he played, not the first game he played, his second season, it was the COVID year, and we were in Denver, and you could audibly hear him, because there's nobody in the audience, of course, telling Jerry Jeudy to get off the field, bitch, which is that I remember it being pointed out. And was just kind of like, okay, well, defensive linemen are my favorite, just my favorite. They're terrific. I love how mean and nasty they can be. I love that they have like this drive that they get through the offensive linemen. It's one of the things that I'm going to miss when we have our new stadium that's inside. I love watching like the cold weather games and the breath between both of the lines, just, huffing out of them. I just think it's great. I love it. The hottest Titan in fantasy this year, you could look at it through a bunch of different ways. Some people are going to choose a wide receiver. Some people are going to choose Chika Okonkwo at tight end. Maybe. I just haven't really seen, and maybe a Bengals fan would know this, if they actually utilize tight end play a lot in the offense in Cincinnati. So I'd be curious as well if Chig would be able to do that. But I think it's going to be Tajay Spears. I think Tajay Spears is going to be terrific. The man catches the man runs. He takes 5 yards and he turns it into 16 or 20 or 30 or a touchdown. Tajay Spears is going to be the guy. If you're going to draft any Titan, I would suggest you draft Tajay Spears for sure. For sure. That is who I choose. I'd be curious to know what anybody else would choose. I'm part of a network, and I'm starting to get more friends. I am awful at fantasy football, by the way. I just think Tajay Spears has the most upside and is going to be, that emergency throw for Will Levis when he needs it. So, and I think Tajay Spears is going to be that guy. Should we extend D-Hop? Now, I have many Twitter things about this. So, should we extend D-Hop? I think the easy answer is you extend him, but I also think you got to have faith in your scouting staff and everything like that. But I think you extend him, sure, but if Rand has guided us this far, and if he sees somebody in the draft he likes or his scouts are telling him is a surefire bet, then they will probably need to move on and go get that guy, right? Too many times have we seen a wide receiver, and these guys are just epic and great, and then they just nosedive. And they don't just like steadily decline. They just nosedive, and they can't do anything right anymore. So I always worry. That's always in the back of my head for whatever reason. And I think it's the easy answer for everyone to say is, but he's D-Hop. He's amazing. He'll do everything. And maybe he will. Maybe he'll defy Father Time a little bit longer. But I trust Rand, and I think a young, hot number one that is a genuine number one would be more preferred over DeAndre Hopkins. Maybe I'm wrong. I have no problem doing it. But luckily for me, I got in Twitter conversations about it, and it wasn't a hateful conversation. It wasn't a angry conversation. It was just people like Kenneth on Twitter. I posed that question, should we extend D-Hop? And he even had like money for me. This follower, Eldon English on there is a big D-Hop fan, and you can find that out pretty quickly. But like I said, I am hesitant about that age, and but I can go ahead and hear the easy answer from all of you. If you're like, oh, it's D-Hop, he's amazing. Nothing will go wrong. Everything's great. Everything's fantastic. But that's about it for a lot for any of the Titans news or whatnot. As we look around the league, especially during the offseason when there's just not a lot to talk about, we are going to look at divisions. And I'm going to wait till Brad's with me on this one, or I have another co-host, and we're going to walk us through it. Maybe I'll even get a guest from that division. The first one we're going to cover next Friday is the AFC West. We'll have the defending champs in the Kansas City Chiefs, and the storyline, are they going to do it again? Are they just going to be the most talented team and make it work with that excellent generational quarterback in Patrick Mahomes? The Chargers, are they going to start putting it together? Are they going to really start putting it together under Harbaugh? Is he going to make it work? I can't stand him personally, but I cannot deny the results of what he had with the 49ers before everything went to hell in a handbasket. Does he make an immediate impact? Does Harbaugh being there make an immediate impact? I think it's going to take a couple of years personally, but you really never know. Raiders are a question mark to me. I love Antonio Pierce, but now he's the head coach. Decisions are going to have to be made. Florida man at quarterback, Minshew. I call him Florida man because, look at the guy. They're kind of a wild card to me. I'm awfully suspicious of them getting anything done. I'm also a little excited to see what they can do. Under Minshew, though, I don't know if it's possible. I don't think they're going to do it with Aiden O'Connell either. But it will be interesting to see. It wouldn't surprise me if they were some dark horse to kind of sneak into a wild card here or something. Somebody will say it. Somebody more educated than me will say that, and everybody can jump on it and like it or whatever else. Last but not least, let's see. Who am I missing? Chargers. Chiefs, Raiders. Oh, Broncos. Sean Payton and Sean Payton. Sean Payton, who just, this team is paying Russell Wilson a lot of money not to play there. A lot of money. I think it's like $85 million or something like that. But they're paying him a lot of money to go wear a Steelers uniform. And I get it. We had horrible deals with Jadeveon Clowney, and we had horrible deals with Julio Jones, and we just got done paying those and whatnot. That's one reason our GM got fired. So there are the Broncos. I just don't feel it from them. I just don't. I don't hate Sean Payton as a coach, but I don't see them taking a large enough step this year, really. But like I said, we'll get into it when I have a co-host or anything like that. We do have a comment here. Oh, it's my mom. Hi, Mom. How are you? So it would be really interesting if the Denver Broncos really get it together. Stranger things have happened, but we'll see. We'll have to see. Anyway, that's all I got for today. A nice little 15-minute video, a good start to the weekend. If you're in the Tennessee area, stay cool. It is going to be burning hot out there tomorrow. It's going to be nasty. So I would really suggest staying inside, and hopefully the power doesn't get run over with all these AC units running. I mean, they have warnings out there to keep your dog inside and stuff like that. It's going to be crazy out there. So I say that to say, have a wonderful weekend. I'm definitely going to be trying to. And, that's all I got. Tighten up. Go Titans. Football, I think it's 70 days left now. It's right around the corner. And I cannot wait. I will see you next time. Oh, you can catch me Monday and Thursdays on the LTS show at 8 p.m. Central on the Let's Talk Sports Network. Also on the Let's Talk Sports Network, you can find me on the mat if you want to talk some wrestling. We have a good time, and even if you're not a fan of the Titans or anything like that, there is shows for everyone on the LTS network, the Let's Talk Sports Network. And you go it. There's betting shows. There's all kinds of shows for you, even for Steelers fans out there if you're one of them. So have a great night, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you later.